We got a new name to talk about in the 2025 recruiting class. And if you can hear the excitement in my voice, it's because I really like this player's game. And I also really like saying this player's last name. This is Eric Reibe.
What
I
is it?
giggle every time. It's Eric Reibe. Eric Reibe is the number 38 overall player in On3's 2025 rankings. Not for long. That's my conjecture. That's my added piece here. I think this kid's rising up the ranks. I think he's going to end up a 5-star, 7-foot post player. He plays school ball for the Potomac Bullis School in Maryland, and he's on Puma's Pro 16 circuit with Team Museum. You also apparently found some film of him with like some German national team.
Yeah, the Germany under 18. I think I don't know if it was I don't know if it was the actual FIBA under 18, but it might have been just like the Euro version of that, just like with
Okay.
European teams.
Okay. Yeah, he told On3 he watches a ton of Kristaps Porzingis and Dirk Nowitzki. So I get that would kind of map to me with him having some overseas experience. You watch the film, he's really, really fun. Your initial, you can elaborate on this, but when we were texting about this guy yesterday saying, hey, we got to do a video on him tomorrow, the initial thing was like, he's got some clinging to him. And then you realize, like, 30 seconds in, oh, he like steps out and shoots it, and he has this footwork and fadeaway ability. Like, he really is the full package, both offensively and defensively. He's also one of the most interesting recruits on the planet to me right now because his official visits that he has taken so far, be prepared for this: Harvard, Creighton, and Iowa. That's where Reby has taken official visits. And then you look at the schools who are now getting in on him: Kentucky, UConn, North Carolina, Oregon, among others. This is blowing up very, very fast. What do you make of Eric Reby?
Yeah, so first of all, I fell victim to the aesthetics, right? You look at Reby, you look at him in the face immediately, and you're like, you do the SpongeBob pointing thing, clinging, just because he kind of looks like him in the face a little bit. But the games are completely different, and the list is interesting to me. But like, I agree with you in this case. Like the film that I'm seeing, he doesn't look like the 38th player in the country. His ability to stretch the floor, he's got some passing stuff as well. I think he could be a very versatile 7-footer. That I could see him playing in a lot of systems, right? Um, the list though is interesting to me. It is like Harvard is kind of crazy. But obviously he might be big on education. Even though credit to Harvard, they said it here. They just got a top 50 guard commit from a guy, I think in California, Harrington, Elise Harrington. So like shit, maybe Harvard's trying to make a move and pitch a Harrington Reby situation. But this recruiting is very interesting. I think that the schools that are on there now, if they want to act, I think they better act very, very fast because I know UNC is going to get involved. I know other schools, UConn, Kentucky, are going to get involved, and I think those guys could pitch things that might look more enticing than Harvard, Iowa, and Creighton.
You know how I've had the theory for years that, like, sometimes you can just tell off headshot alone, eye test stuff.
Yeah,
Eric Reeby is going to be one of the all-time great college basketball players in this generation. Off of
really.
off of eye test, just aesthetic.
Can I go my eye test versus your eye test?
Sure.
He plays 1 year in college and ends up being a lottery pick.
Yeah, like, but I think that 1 year in college is special. I don't know, man. There's also a picture of him with Team Germany. And you know how like people will score whatever number of points, like the Wilt Chamberlain hold up 100.
Yeah.
He's holding up a piece of paper. He has a German flag wrapped around him, holding up a piece of paper that just says "Player of the Game," and he's just like no expression on his face. I love this kid. Also, I got to tap into some U17, U18 Team Germany because Christian Anderson and Eric Reibe are like just cooking. And if I
Is
could watch
Anderson on
those
this
pick and
team?
rolls, yeah,
Oh,
special, really,
wow.
really special. Um, yeah, this kid's awesome. Who would you comp him to? Because I have a name, and it's not the name I said to you before we jumped on this call. And I think you're gonna yell at me when I say it, but I see it and I can't shake it now.
Let's say it.
This is not the way you normally yell at me. I'm not going like NBA superstar. I'm going Ivy League guy. There's some Danny Wolf here.
Oh,
There's some Danny Wolf here. Now, I get it. People are like, who cares? Whatever. You're just doing the whole Michigan thing. Michigan's not even recruiting this Eric Reibe kid. But like it does kind of jump out. Like, wait a second. Harvard's on his list. They probably put the work in. They're probably not going to get him because now all these blue bloods are swooping in. But Danny Wolf was the best player in the Ivy League for a year and was torching them and then ended up at bigger programs. He could have had a chance to end up at North Carolina if Hubert had taken that seriously earlier in this transfer cycle. Like, you talk about a guy who's a true 7-footer, but the story of his game is the skill. Like, put the ball on the floor. Can you shoot on the move a little bit? Like, it's a little unorthodox. It's a little quirky. And if you watch the actual footage of him, what I will say is this: it's really dynamic and really fun. It is also extremely unorthodox and makeshift and kind of quirky, for lack of a better. Like it looks like some Ivy League shit that this 7-footer is pulling. And that's not to say it won't work in the SEC or wherever he chooses to go. Like I said, I believe in this kid to the max. I think he's going to be one of the best players in this class, one of the very best bigs. But that's the Danny Wolf for me. It's like, is that stuff gonna work when he goes up? You're super skilled, supremely skilled, but I don't know. That's what comes to mind. Like, there aren't many 7-footers who can kind of do the guard skill stuff that Reby does.
yeah, but that's why it makes it like enticing to me, or why I see him going like if UConn. The one thing that people don't, I think, give UConn enough credit for with Klingon is that Klingon did a lot of stuff that was like catch it at the top of the key and like make the right read, like pass the ball to guys cutting off ball, doing the right thing with dribble handoffs. That's something UConn can do. We seen what Mark Pope likes to do with his fives. Like I know they're in for what's that? The Kentucky freshman, no, the Kentucky highly rated Malachi Moreno, I think it is
Yeah.
who they're in on. I think Moreno's very skilled. Reby might be better, like for that offense. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I think there's a real pitch that you could give to him. Where I see what you're saying with him ending up with the Ivy League, but I could also see, one of the big blue bloods coming in and pitching him to be like this stretch big, create offense, do everything, and it looks good. Also, I can't believe we haven't brought this up yet. Like he's doing all these quotes for his visits and all like how these coaches contacted him, and they asked him about Iowa since he took a visit there, and it's a one sentence quote that says they haven't contacted me or talked to me much over the past couple months.
That's
That's
tough.
it.
That's
That's
tough.
tough. Come on.
I'm scrolling back further and further, by the way, on Eric Reibe. Just getting more interesting. As of last August, the schools that were recruiting him the hardest: Purdue, Michigan State, Iowa, Miami, Providence, Maryland, Virginia Tech, Georgetown, Notre Dame. You know what's a coincidence, Cart? None of those schools are the ones named now. So is every single school in the country just like taking their shot at him, and he's just like, yeah, no thanks, I'm gonna wait it out.
It's
Like,
your rotation. It's your time.
he went to Harvard after having all those schools listed. Villanova offered him, Mississippi State, Kansas, Xavier, Michigan, Clemson. Like, I had no idea all of these schools have been on Eric Reibe going back all the way to last year. Apparently, they have been. But I think all of that doesn't matter because now here we are, and it does feel like it's shaping up into North Carolina, UConn, Kentucky. Am I wrong there?
Yeah, no, I see it going that way as well. He might be the next center that UNC misses out on.
This is bullshit.
Hey,
This isn't fair anymore.
hey,
It's not fair anymore. Okay? It's not fair. I'm tired. I'm tired of doing like 11 different recruit videos. They're like, "Ooh, this guy's a fun under the radar prospect." Ugh, like maybe all these Big 10 schools have a chance. And then it just comes down to the same goddamn 3 blue bloods every single time who swoop in 2.5 years later to be like, "Oh, you want to come be my center? I whiffed on everybody else." Like, are you not frustrated with this? I don't know how Division I head coaches deal with this bullshit.
they drink. Not
Jeez.
coffee.
Where does he go kart?
I'm gonna buy into it. He's got a different face. He's got an Ivy League chin. I think he's gonna go to Harvard.
Wow. I think
Yeah.
that'd be really fun. I think it's cool he's still listing Harvard despite the blue blood interest. I'll swing the other way. Feels like a kid who gets wowed by the Kentucky stuff.
Does he know that Coach Cal left?
Feels like a kid who might be wowed by Mark Pope flexing.
A Mark Pope and Reby pick would probably do numbers.
Also, like Mark, I don't know. Mark Pope's system would actually be great for this kid, right?
It
Like
would
a
be, it
seventh
would be,
foot stretch guy.
it'd be incredible.
It'd be really good. Do you think that Tom Izzo showed him footage of Carson Cooper on his recruiting call?
Don't do that.
I'm just wondering, like, what was the like? You could be the next Jackson Kohler pitch. No. All right.